everybody, and welcome to Late Night Football. Welcome to our match reaction show, the first of many, hopefully today. And it's finished. Manchester United nil, Atletico Madrid 1. And I mean, the headline says it all. Felix with the goal punishing. I mean, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing to watch Manchester United. And I mean, when I saw that opening team sheet, I was just so uninspired. It was just so uninspiring. It was like, what am I watching? Am I watching? Because we talked about this. Because this basically, whatever else happens, this is now the team that's going to start the season. You feel more or less this is the team that's going to start the season. And we said if Farhan was here, Sahil was here, we all said this. I want to see 5 or 6 signings coming in the summer before the season starts. And what do we get? We've got one. Got one until Malacia who started this, and then one in Christian Eriksen who came on. It just wasn't. I mean, it just wasn't great to watch. And I mean, Malacia was good, by the way. I think Malacia, Fred, and maybe Eriksen. I'm not going to count as substitutes, but probably Eriksen, you could say, are the only players who really come out with any kind of credit. The substitutes are what they are. I know Eriksen was a substitute too, but I think Eriksen had a few good touches as well. I don't think he was necessarily that good, but the fact he was so much better than everybody else that came before him, it just made him look better. But to be honest, I think of the starters, only Malacia and Fred come off with any kind of credit, and Fred got sent off at the end. So you kind of take it with what that is, but it was just depressing to watch. It was like almost watching Oli on a Solskjaer and his team towards the end of his tenure. It was like that because chances came for United, but most of the chances came on the break. I don't think they created until Eriksen came on. I don't think they created a single chance from really breaking the team down. With and Eriksen had a few good long passes that kind of caught Atletico out a little bit until they got the hang of what he was trying to do. But otherwise, it was all counters, press and counter, press and counter, and the press didn't work often. And you know what? And they actually played the first 60 minutes, 55, 60 minutes against possibly Atletico's second team. So not a lot of first teamers. When the big guns came on in the second half, you got Felix, you got De Paul, you've got Koke. Those guys came on. The game kind of just Atletico started taking control of the game. So it just wasn't that good. I mean, I thought McTominay was embarrassing. I think he was just poor. I don't know why Ten Hag picks him, or why does he think that he's going to start? Not that and again, it goes back to alternatives. Donny wasn't that much better, but he only played 30 minutes, but he wasn't that much better. So, and that's the problem. There's no depth. There's no options on the bench. There's nothing for him to change it with. Bruno Fernandes for me, he looked good on certain parts. I think set pieces he was good. He put in some good balls. He did some work. His work rate was good. But I just don't think he suits the style. I'll be keeping on saying this. I don't think he suits the sort of patient style. His best attribute is when he can do things off the cuff and he can go like that and think like that. But he just can't do that. And I don't know if he can work in this system. I don't know. We will see what happens. I thought Maguire was okay. The problem with Maguire is that he's been so bad that when he has average games, you kind of think he's been good. I thought he was okay to that. I don't think he was at fault for the goal. The goal, I mean, again, it's Diogo Dalot. He's a good right back. He's not. We said we need a new right back. We're not getting one. So he comes inside. He should be closing down Joao Felix. The pass shouldn't reach him actually in the first place. The pass gets to him. Dalot should be closing him down. Doesn't. Lets the ball go through his legs, and it's a nice finish. It's a good finish from Felix, by the way. I think Felix is due for a big season this time around. I think just a note on Atletico. It is there. He is due a big season because I think he had a good season last time. I think he had a better season. I think he's been progressing. People forget how young he is, and do you think he progressed? I think this season is a big one for him. We'll see how well he can do. But I do think he's due a big season this one. So we'll see what happens there with Joao Felix. And keep in mind as well, Atletico are 2 weeks away from the start of the season, so they're behind in their fitness and their preseason preparations. They're not supposed to be ready for another week at least, where United are, and yet they still outgunned United in a way that most of the teams couldn't. So it shows you the level. And I just think United's players are out of their depth. I mean, aside from Fred and Malacia, everybody else they just looked out of their depth. They just looked like this was the level too much, a step up too much. And the reality is, Atletico are a Champions League team. United are not a Champions League team. We know that. But they're gonna. This team, I just don't see it making the top four. And another point for those who keep talking, Ronaldo should be sold. Ronaldo should be sold. Ronaldo should be sold. Keep in mind what I've been saying. I've been saying squad depth. And you look at the side. Sancho was injured. Marcel had to go off. What's your front three? It's Rashford, Bruno, and Elanga. One is not Bruno's playing left finger on the left wing, even though he's not a left finger. Elanga shouldn't really be playing starting games for United right now. He's not ready for that. And Rashford is a striker. So that's your front three if you don't have Cristiano Ronaldo or you don't have any other forward options. And that's what it is. It's whether you like him, whether you hate him, it doesn't matter. Right now, even if it's just for squad depth, we need him. And again, on Martial as well, I thought he was pretty average. He's not scored in the last 2 games now. Like he did well against the B teams and the C teams of Premier League teams, and everybody thought he's great. And I'm sure he'll have a good season. He'll have an okay season. He's not a 20 goal a season striker. He's not going to get you 20 Premier League goals this season. He'll get you maybe 10, maybe 15. He's not going to get you 20. So again, he looked out of his depth today as well. He was trying. The only thing I can say is that everybody tried. I don't think there was anybody who didn't try, aside from maybe McTominay. McTominay looked like he wanted to be anywhere except in that midfield because he had absolutely no idea what to do in that midfield, other than that one challenge that he made on Oblak and got into a whole fight. I think it was shambolic throughout. Probably the worst player on the pitch was probably Scott McTominay. But aside from that, he had no clue. But and maybe his work rate might be questioned, but I think everybody else at least tried, and that's the only positive I can take out of it is the fact that they tried. But that's not good enough. You expect that as a minimum, right, from people to try. So I mean, we'll see what happens tomorrow. I think tomorrow's game is a little more interesting because they'll probably play players that you might see Lisandro Martinez starting. Hopefully, we'll see Eriksen starting, Donny starting. So that's actually a little bit better because at least there's a few new faces in that team. Ronaldo will come back, although he's an old face. But still, it's some new faces that will come. Hopefully, Jadon Sancho will play that one too. So you'll see some different faces, which is what I want to see. I'm tired of seeing the same old, same old. I want to see something new, something different, which is what we were promised at the start of the summer. That's what we promised, something new, something different. And here we are with the same 11, barring one player that started this game. So, they probably finished this season, kind of finished the season from last season to this season. There was just one new face in that whole starting 11. So, I want to see something different. I think for that reason, tomorrow's game will be interesting. I won't be able to watch it though, sadly, because I will be away on a beach. But it will be interesting to see the results and maybe catch some highlights later on. But I mean, we'll probably try to do some previews this week. We'll see how that goes. But right now, for anybody who's thinking United are going to challenge for the top 4, I would say you're delusional because they need more players. I think we talked yesterday about needing 4. I think that I definitely think they need. Well, forget the backup goalkeeper, but they definitely need at least 3. They need at least 3, and I don't think they will get it, but they need that, and we'll see what happens. But it is a reality check for Erik. I think that's an important point to mention as well, because for all those who are getting carried away with preseason, this is great, this whole new style, this whole we're playing this, we're playing that. And maybe Ten Hag was thinking, well, the players are not that bad. Last season was an aberration. I hope he now realizes it wasn't an aberration. This is the level of these players. They're not Champions League level players. They're not players that are going to get you into the Champions League. This is the level. The level is about scraping through for Europa League qualification. That's what it is. And I know people will say it's only preseason, results don't matter. That is true. I absolutely agree with that. Results don't matter, but the performances do. You see things in the performances that you then take forward. The problem is the performances have not been good. Even when the results have been good, the performances have not matched the results. And we're now seeing, as teams are starting to build their fitness up and starting to get to that level of everybody being on even keel, we're starting to see that the performances and the results are not matching up. And what we're seeing is the fact that that they're not good enough. But anyway, I know there will be lots of comments. Let me know in the section. What do you think? Give me your opinions on the game. Would love to hear from you. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm overanalyzing things. I know I've been told that I'm a very sensationalist. But let me know, what do you think? Do you think I'm overreacting? Do you think there's better things to come? Do you think there's more to expect? I would be happy to hear your thoughts on the game, of course. Smash the like for Atletico, I guess. Smash the I don't know. Smash the like for Eriksen. Eriksen's debut. You know what? That's the one positive we can take. Eriksen's debut. Definitely something to take. So smash the like for Eriksen. If you feel inclined, and of course do remember to subscribe to our channel on YouTube, follow us on Facebook. Appreciate your support. We've got a lot of content coming up today, hopefully, so if you subscribe, you'll get notified as soon as it drops. So please do that. Appreciate your support. Thank you so much. We'll see you again soon. Bye.